All right, welcome everyone. Think of this as your survival guide for Math 080. We're going to break down your syllabus and cover everything you need to know to get started on the right foot this semester. So first things first, a big official welcome to Hack and to your remote statistics course with instructor Krista Toggins. You're definitely in the right place to build a really solid foundation in stats. You can tell right away that your instructor is excited and ready to guide you. So let's make sure you have the roadmap you need to make this a really great learning experience. Here's what we're going to cover in this quick explainer. We'll hit these 6 key areas, so by the end, you'll have all the essential info you need to hit the ground running. Okay, let's just dive right in. What exactly is Math 80? What are you going to be learning in here? So the big picture here is getting you totally prepared for that next level Intro to Stats class. That means we're going to build up your confidence and your skills in algebra, in data analysis, probability, all the crucial building blocks for everything that comes next. Now let's talk about where you'll be going to class. For a remote course, it is absolutely critical to know where to find everything. So let's get really clear on the 2 main platforms you'll be using, D2L and ALEKS. The easiest way to think about it is like this. D2L is your main hub. It's where you get announcements and instructions. ALEKS, on the other hand, is your workshop. That's where you'll roll up your sleeves and actually do all the math. Knowing that difference is going to be key to staying on track. So, what does a typical week in this class actually feel like? Let's break down the workflow so you can get into a good rhythm right away. Your week follows a pretty clear pattern. You'll start in D2L to get your bearings. Then you'll jump over to ALEKS to do your homework and practice. You'll pop back into D2L for some classwork, and then, every so often, ALEKS is going to give you these knowledge checks to see what you've really mastered and what you might need to brush up on. Okay, I need you to listen up for this next part. We've arrived at what is probably the single most important decision you will make in this entire course: how you're going to take your proctored exams. This is a big deal. You have 2 choices for your 3 proctored exams, and trust me, the path you choose has some pretty major consequences for your grade, and honestly, for your stress level. Now, I really want you to notice the language here, because it comes straight from the syllabus. The on-campus option is called the recommended low-stress path. Remote testing, it's literally labeled high risk. They are not mincing words.
So, if you are even considering the remote option, you have to understand this. You are accepting 100% of the responsibility. Your computer, your internet, your quiet space, it is all on you.
And the list of rules, it's intense. We're talking a mandatory external webcam, a totally silent and private room, a stable computer, so no Chromebooks, and you have to upload your work on time. If any one of these things goes wrong, your whole exam could be at risk. And let's be super clear about that camera. This is not your laptop's built-in webcam. Nope. The syllabus requires a separate, external camera that's set up to give a full side view of you and your entire desk for the whole exam. And look at this list of common ways things can go wrong. They all lead to the same result, an automatic 0. Someone walks in the room, your internet hiccups, your camera shifts. Any of these things can instantly get you a 0 with no chance for a do-over. And this quote from the syllabus says it all. It doesn't matter if it was a complete accident. A rule violation means a 0 on the exam, period. The risk is entirely on the student who chooses to test remotely. So, after all that, what's the big takeaway? Well, your instructor puts it about as plainly as possible. She expects you to choose the on-campus option. It's the simplest, safest, and most direct way to make sure all your hard work actually counts. Okay, enough about exams for a minute. Let's shift gears and talk about something just as important: how your grade in this class actually works. And wow, take a look at this. Exams make up a massive 65% of your total grade. 65%. This just hammers home why that whole on-campus versus remote decision we just talked about is so incredibly important. And here's the grading scale. Pretty standard stuff, but it's always good to have a clear picture of the targets you're going to be aiming for all semester. All right, we're in the home stretch. Let's just quickly cover a few key policies to keep in mind, and most importantly, where you can turn for support if you need it. Here are the big 3. Number 1, stay active. The attendance policy means you've got to keep up with the work. 2, academic honesty is completely non-negotiable. And 3, and this is so important, help is always available through student access services if you need accommodations. Don't hesitate to reach out. So we've laid out the whole path for you, the tools, the weekly rhythm, and of course that huge decision about your exams. Your success in this course really does start right now, with the choices you make today.